everybody, what is up? It's Belle. Welcome back to my channel. Hi, how are you doing? Happy Monday. Now, we're going to get into a video today, as you can probably gather by the title, about Pastel Belle. Well, Pastel Belle as she was formerly known, Belle Aubrey as she is now known on YouTube. This person has been extremely problematic regarding the topic of Eugenia Cooney. If you don't know, Belle Aubrey has a long history of going after Eugenia Cooney and her content. Belle has made several claims about Eugenia attracting P-words in her Discord server and everything like this. Belle Aubrey has kind of been on a mission to take Eugenia Cooney off YouTube. So Belle has been on this for about 2 years. She's been on and off making videos on the topic of Eugenia Cooney. She's actually even removed some of the videos that she's made. At one point, Belle even almost lost her entire channel over the content that she was making on Eugenia because YouTube found the content to be problematic and kind of harmful. Basically, Belle, in a nutshell, has been harassing Eugenia Cooney along with another creator by the name of Repzilla. Before I go any further, I do apologise for the audio quality of this video. My phone is going through it right now. I have said this in previous videos, but if you're new here, just in case, the audio sounds clicky and weird and funny because my phone is currently having issues after having water thrown on it by one of my cats. So, we're going to continue with this video. So these two commentators, Pastel Belle and Repzilla, are kind of in the firing line at the moment because of the content that they've made regarding Eugenia Cooney. Now, Eugenia is a very controversial topic on YouTube because of her appearance. But what's been happening with Pastel Belle, in particular, Belle Aubrey, she's been really trying to accuse Eugenia of harming children and minors on the YouTube platform, saying that there have been P-words in her Discord server, saying that Eugenia has done things like flashed her underwear in YouTube videos, when Eugenia made a video, for example, that was showing her audience her shoe collection. Pastel Belle, Belle Aubrey, she took that video and dissected it. Oh look, Eugenia's showing underwear. And made it into something that Eugenia was showing underwear to somehow attract predators and people who fetishized anorexic girls, basically. But that really wasn't the case, you know. It was just a harmless little video with Eugenia showing her audience her shoe collection, and that was all there was to that. But Belle took it, made it something sinister, and spun this whole narrative that, oh, it's because she's attracting P-words and, you know, pervy old men to come and watch her YouTube videos. And then, aside from that, Bella's also been running with this narrative that the mods in Eugenia's Discord are P-words. And this has been happening on lots of occasions over the past sort of 1.5 to 2 years. Belle has consistently uploaded videos where she's talking about, oh, there are P-words in Eugenia's Discord, her mods are P-words and all of this, and Eugenia knows about it, all of this. It's awful. It is really sad to see, because at the end of the day, what you've got with Belle Aubrey is Belle Aubrey, you know, a young woman who comes across very articulate, very well spoken. You've got Belle Aubrey attacking another female creator. And not only that, but she's attacking a female creator who is clearly going through something, you know. Honestly, the person that I feel the most sorry for in this whole entire situation is Eugenia herself. Because Eugenia is just uploading her content. You know, she uploads makeup videos, she uploads clothes try-ons, she uploads shoe hauls, you know, all this kind of thing. She uploads videos about her Halloween decor, you know, it's harmless kind of content. She's not actually hurting anybody with her content. But the narrative that Belle has tried to push consistently is that Eugenia should not be allowed on YouTube because she's promoting pro-ana content. One thing that I'm going to say is I've never ever seen or heard Eugenia tell her followers that they should look like her. I've never seen her encourage her followers to look like she does. Never. So I don't know where Belle comes up with this thing that Eugenia is promoting pro-Anna content by simply existing on the YouTube platform. Making harmless videos about her clothes, shoes, Halloween decor, Christmas decor, whatever. You know, I don't understand how Belle thinks that is promoting pro-Anna content. Belle's also made the argument that somebody like Nico Avocado, he also has a kind of ED problem with, you know, consuming too much food. But people don't want to look like Nico Avocado, so it's okay for him to be on YouTube making content because he's not harming people because, oh, nobody wants to look like him. Yeah, if you're going to go with the narrative that Eugenia is harming people simply by existing, then I think you should also say, oh, well, look at Nico Avocado. You know, he's encouraging people to eat too much, to overeat, and to be morbidly obese. You know, you can't say, oh, it's okay for him to be on the platform, being morbidly obese and influencing people to look like he does and have the kind of lifestyle that he does, because he's a comedian and he can get away with it and it's okay. But Eugenia is the other end of the spectrum, so, oh, let's take her off the platform. You know, being morbidly obese is going to kill you just the same as being too skinny will kill you. So, Belle's logic for me there with that whole argument was very, very flawed. I think the more pressing thing is, why is Eugenia the way that she is? You know, I don't think it's fair that so many videos are being made and Eugenia is now being used as some kind of debate fodder for all of us. You know, at the end of the day, Eugenia is still a human being, and I don't think this is in any way helpful. I don't think it's in any way productive or kind towards Eugenia to keep making these videos back and forth, debating with each other about whether she should be removed from YouTube. I personally don't think that she should be removed from YouTube. You know, Eugenia is clearly maybe not very well, but does that mean that we should take her YouTube away from her and, you know, cut her off from communication with her audience entirely? No, because to me, that would make somebody who's mentally struggling go through it even more, and that could actually push somebody to the point that they would do something permanent, and that to me would be tragic, and that is not something that I would like to see happen to anybody. You know, that's not something that I would want to do to anybody. Oh, let's cut you off from all of your contacts and all of your audience. You know, let's cut you off from the online world because you're mentally not very well. No, that's not fair. You know, that just isn't something that as a human being you should want to do to somebody. But Belle's whole argument is that Eugenia shouldn't be allowed to have this platform because she's influencing young children and impressionable people. Well, for starters, if you're a parent, it's your job to monitor what your child watches on YouTube. There are parental controls. They're there for a reason. Utilize them, you know? But I think the real issue is society, not Eugenia. Society has raised women in particular on the ideal that to be beautiful or to be, you know, the typical kind of beauty standard, that we're not beautiful if we're fat. Society has raised us like that. You know, throughout my own life, I've been fat shamed. My weight has been up and down, fluctuating. I went through a period in my own life where I was on diet pills, and that's because of society. It wasn't because I watched somebody on the internet who was struggling with an ED. It was because of the pressure of society, the magazines, the news, fashion, everything coming together to make me think that to be worth something as a woman and as a person, I had to be slim, to be beautiful, and to be seen as worthy by society, because if I was fat, I was ugly, nobody would like me, and I would count for nothing. So much of our lives, we as, well, I identify as non-binary, but, you know, outwardly, people see a woman when they look at me. So for so much of our lives, we are told that if we don't fit a certain beauty standard, then we're ugly, we're fat, we're a failure, we're lazy, we're whatever. You know, we are told all of these things by society, by the media, and that is the bigger issue. The issue is not one person on YouTube who is suffering from an ED making their content that is harmless, you know, where they're just showing their shoes or doing whatever they're doing. You know, that is not the issue. The issue is society as a whole and an unrealistic beauty standard. That is the issue. Going back to Belle and her content regarding Eugenia, Belle has said many times that she is personally triggered by seeing Eugenia uploading on YouTube, her thumbnails, everything. So for Belle, it's a kind of personal battle, I feel. But my thing with being triggered is, if you as a person, as an adult that Belle is, are triggered by somebody's content, then it is your responsibility and yours alone to know that and to tune out, to unsubscribe, not follow that person. Instead of going and harassing that person who uses YouTube as a creative outlet and a social outlet, you know, don't go after that person, don't bully them, don't harass them. But instead, take yourself away from the situation because you're triggered by it. You know, look after your own mental health, because at the end of the day, that is your responsibility. Yes, we've all got a responsibility if we're friends with people to check in with each other and everything. But to Belle, Eugenia is a stranger on the internet. She isn't Belle's friend. So Eugenia owes nobody on the internet anything. You know, Eugenia is just there making her content. She is not responsible for the people who watch her content because they're strangers to her. So for me, the whole notion of let's remove Eugenia Cooney from the internet is completely and utterly ridiculous. Regarding the topic of there being P words as mods in Eugenia's Discord server, now this is something else. Belle has tried to frame this consistently like Eugenia is aware of this problem, that Eugenia knows that some of these people are, you know, P words, or that they've been responsible in handling CP or being found with CP on them and things like this. Belle has consistently pushed this narrative that Eugenia somehow is aware or somehow attracts on purpose these type of people. Belle's been pushing this narrative for some time, and honestly, it's something that I'm very tired of. Nobody in their right mind who has a YouTube channel and is very public, as Eugenia is, would do that. You know, nobody. Eugenia would not set out to have P words among her audience, you know, much less being moderators on a Discord or whatever. She would not do that. You know, nobody would do that unless they're very, very disturbed. You know, nobody would do that. And this whole situation, I'm assured, is being dealt with by somebody called Tipster on YouTube, who's actually spoken to Eugenia privately about this whole situation, because recently Belle is alleging that there's been somebody in Eugenia's Discord who's been grooming a 16-year-old. Now, Tipster has intervened. He's spoken to Eugenia. He's spoken to Eugenia personally. Belle is saying that she's about to make another video talking about this whole situation, which I'm like, girl, you know, Belle said she was done talking about Eugenia. Belle said she was finished with this whole thing. But now she's saying she's going to make another video talking about this situation with an alleged 16-year-old allegedly being groomed in Eugenia's Discord by one of the mods. So Tipster spoke to Eugenia Cooney, and here's what Eugenia Cooney had to say about that situation.
And I didn't say nasty shit, like you guys saying like, oh, he showed DMs from you saying some nasty shit about that minor. I don't think what I said was nasty. What I said is the truth. If he showed those DMs, what I told him was the truth about what was happening, okay? Like that's what was going on. If you guys see those DMs, it's not really anything I'm ashamed of. There was a lot of back and forth. It was confusing before we talked to her parents even in chat, because I was seeing her typing one thing in the chat and then telling my mods. It was a very confusing situation, but regardless, you pretty much, I didn't accuse her of lying, but you guys have to understand that at the same time, I can't always know what's going on in DMs, and my mods and I were never linked to a direct username. Like, there was never proof of a username actually, like, doing bad things to people, and we weren't shown screenshots of anything with that.
So Eugenia Cooney is being harassed over on her Twitch stream about this whole grooming situation, this alleged grooming situation. This is something that I find very problematic again, because Belle Aubrey is actually somebody who's made several false accusations about people being groomers or P-words, and she's done this on her YouTube channel before in the past. If I go back to a situation that happened with Belle Aubrey and another YouTuber called Creeps McPasta, some of you may know about it if you know about Pastel Belle Aubrey and her content, some of you may not. But Belle came out, made a video a long time ago, I think it was possibly 1.5 years or 2 years ago. She made a video accusing a YouTuber by the name of Creeps McPasta, who's a narrator on another YouTube channel. Belle made accusations that Creeps McPasta had groomed a young woman when she was a minor. Belle then also went on to interview this young woman on her channel. Now, Creeps McPasta actually retaliated to that situation. I know I made videos about it at the time as well. Creeps McPasta uploaded a video where he showed the DMs, he exposed everything, he showed all the proof that no grooming had taken place in that situation, and that it turned out that the girl wasn't a minor and all this other stuff as well. It was a whole arse mess. So Belle is known to make false accusations about people, and that's not the only time that she's done that. Belle also recently, I would say about 5 months ago, interviewed somebody by the name of Chris Avery Bennett. Now, Chris Avery Bennett is somebody who came out last year, October 2020, spoke to the Insider publication. Kat Tenbarge wrote an article about Jeffree Star. Jeffree Star allegedly, essaying somebody. And what had happened allegedly was Chris Avery Bennett, went on record with Insider saying that she had been groomed by Jeffree Star when she was 15 years old. She went on to claim that she had received an anonymous D-pic from Jeffree Star, which, how do you know it's from Jeffree Star if it's anonymous? Firstly, that whole situation with the picture, that was actually something that turned out to not be Jeffree Star, because Chris Avery Bennett was claiming that in that situation it was Jeffree Star, because the hand holding the D in the photo had the tattoos that matched Jeffree Star's. But when it was examined, the tattoos actually didn't match up with Jeffree Star's tattoos at all. So the dick pic was some kind of anonymous picture, wasn't Jeffree Star. Chris Avery Bennett was never groomed by Jeffree Star, like she led everybody to believe in her interview with Belle Aubrey. Aside from using Chris Avery Bennett to try and tarnish Jeffree Star's name, Belle also spoke to people who were survivors of the musician Davi Vanity from Blood on the Dance Floor. Belle spoke to these girls, and what happened was she was promising them that she was going to get them help. She was going to make sure that Davi Vanity ended up behind bars. She was in contact with the FBI, all of this. She was in contact with Chris Hansen. She promised these survivors of Davi that she was going to help them, get justice for them, all of this kind of stuff. Nothing ever came of that whole situation. Nothing apart from, I think, about a month ago, Belle posted something on her community tab about it that was a whole lot of nothing. It was a whole lot of words. Nothing, no update on the case, no update on whether Davi was going to be being sentenced or sent to court or anything, because guess what? YouTube isn't the place to deal with these types of allegations. So I'm going to stop this video here right now, because I could go on forever about Belle Aubrey. There's probably more that I could have included. There's probably more that I could have said. But honestly, I'm at the point where I really just want to be done with this whole situation with Belle Aubrey. But I also want people to see her for what she is, which is a scammer, You know, at the end of the day, she is a fraud. She is making fraudulent claims about people to further her channel, to bring her views and revenue. And it sucks, you know, it's got to stop. You know, it's dishonest, disingenuous, and it just has to stop. So for anybody who's newer to Belle Aubrey, I hope this has given you a little bit of an insight into who she really is. I hope it's given you a better kind of overview of her and her content. So guys, love you. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Stay safe. Stay well. Sorry this one's been a little bit longer, but I just had to get all of this out. So love ya. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one for more beauty drama and my more usual kind of content. Take care.